Okay, so here is a video of one lap of me going around the Nurburgring. We have done 7 laps. My brother just finished the first lap. Now we are in a pretty heavy car. It's a GS450 hybrid. So it actually has pretty good power. I think it has over 450 horsepower when the hybrid system is engaged, but it is a heavy car, well over 4,000 pounds. And we were also on all-season tires. I don't remember what kind of brand it was, but all-season tires, so not a lot of grip. It was a public session. It was one of those green days of hell weekends, so open to the public rules, ton of cars.
So are you ready?
We got pretty good amount of runtime. A little bit of yellow on every single lap, but we didn't see any major crashes. So anyway, here we are getting ready to go in. Unfortunately, even though I did 6 more laps after this, the camera died, the battery died, so I only have this first relatively slow lap. So you tap your card outside in the parking lot. You can buy either just a single lap, or if you buy 6 laps, because it's over 250 euros, I think it came out to be about 38, 40 euros per trip. You get an extra lap out of it. So one little kink here, and then you're ready to go.
Not very good, not great.
You can really hear there's not a lot of engine noise. I was look, it's not my car, so I was just trying to ease into it, and when I overheated, I was just asking my brother about the brakes, and they're not great. So I wasn't gonna push it. I wasn't gonna cause an accident. I wanted to make sure that he had plenty of tires left after the session. So not a lot of traffic here, which was nice. Like I said, I wish we had footage from the last couple of laps, because I did pick up the pace. The laps were pretty slow, but even though I have a lot of laps here on iRacing, I just didn't have any laps here in real life. So combination of wanting to take it easy on the car, never been here in real person, knowing that there are faster cars behind me all the time, because we were definitely one of the slowest, just meant that I was taking it easy at a really slow pace and took my time to learn the track. So, but the weather was good. We didn't have any rain. As you can see, it was overcast. It wasn't really hot. The curbs are pretty tall. I was avoiding the curbs pretty much altogether. Another car coming up. Gotta go nice and wide here, let them through. Lots of M2s. It was nice to see the M2s. The F87 platform. I don't think I've actually seen any of the new G-body style ones, but lots of BMWs, lots of Porsches. We haven't seen any trucks, any American cars, any minivans, nothing funny. So I think this is the Flugplatz. This is where a car in one of the races went flying and went into the off track here. This, along with the front/back straight, is kind of embarrassing getting passed by the service vehicle. But this is I think the second fastest section here, and this is also where a lot of people eat dirt. Right after this turn, you want to pre-brake here, and then back on at least maintenance throttle. This is where a lot of people's cars go to heaven, as you can see on the right hand side. Lots of tire tracks leading off the track. So tall curbs here, very tall curb here on the left hand side. This is really what was amazing. Being this in person, you can finally appreciate how much of a downhill this is. The elevation change is really scary. You can pick up a lot of speed here if you are in a fast car. And again, in iRacing, you can tell that it's a downhill, of course, but not as much as you can tell in real life. So again, you can, if you have a tuned car, you can take these curves. I don't think I'm going to take this one. This is another favorite. I think this is the one of the top 3 most favorite watched places on YouTube here on the left hand side, because most cars go straight through that corner that we just were in, and so they're just going to go flying off the track.
Where did they go?
There's another one. I think maybe there was some issues up front. I don't recall. I haven't seen this video in a long time. Here's another pretty fast section. Not in this car, but you want to brake well ahead of this turn, and then you have a really nice technical sequence here. Going downhill. This turn here, in iRacing, I've had a lot of issues with. I always thought this is one of the more faster turns, and I ended up in the barriers.
A little big, it's
so
like a boat.
I know the first fifth of the track really well. The back fifth, not so much. This is another section here with a good amount of elevation change, leading down to this. Is there a restaurant and a hotel here? No, that's in another one of these sections here. But there is ahead of us now. There's another 2. Good amount of traffic, but we didn't have any issues with any of the drivers. Nobody was being aggressive. Nobody was honking. For those of you that haven't been here or haven't read up on the Nurburgring, it's really a public road. Of course, you pay your toll to get onto the road, but you are, as a slower traffic, you're supposed to stay to the right. And as you saw on the car ahead of us, you're supposed to indicate in the direction that you're going to move over to let a faster car go by. And typically that should be an indication that you're going to move off to the right, giving space on the left hand side. And here's where the climb starts. In race cars, including GT3 cars, this is just a full-on no brake for the next almost 3/4 of a mile. Over here you can see that the Mini is letting us through. There's a little bit of curbing on the left-hand side that you can take a little bit of a shortcut. All of this is full throttle. And you can see there's not a lot of space on the side, so if you make a mistake and you get into the grass,
in my car,
you're very likely to hit the barrier. Here we go. We're going to have 2 left-handers in the GT3 cars. This is the braking zone. There's a little bit of space on the right-hand side. You can use that, and then here you start accelerating again. But anyway, as I said, we were just taking it easy. This was my first lap, so I was just enjoying it, trying to pay attention to the traffic, make sure I wasn't slowing anyone down, and staying safe. We're getting close to getting to the carousel. There's the long right-hander that brings you there. It's a bit of an uphill section. I guess before they added this section right here where we turn right, there used to be a straight uphill section, so it continued the entire 3/4 of a mile section we were just on, but I think it was deemed unsafe. The speeds were too high, so this section, including the carousel, has been added. And guess it would have hooked up back here on the left-hand side somewhere. So we are now about halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through, probably closer to getting 2/3 through the track. Here's another, this next section of 7, 8, 9 laps is really fun. If you have a simulator and you can drive this on iRacing, I don't know, for some reason I find this the most difficult section to get right in terms of just maximizing the speed. It's really difficult to read these corners to figure out how much faster you could go through there. So part of the problem could be that, like I said, it's so easy to crash here, and I think in iRacing now you can do a restart, so you can actually start from the space where, or the place that where you have crashed, but beforehand, and the older versions, once you've crashed here, you have to start from the very beginning. So downhill section. This is another popular section to watch here on the left-hand side. As you can see, there's a bunch of RVs there. I think this section here on the right-hand side is another, is the YouTube. This is where a lot of people tend to oversteer or go wide into the... we have the last 10 or so corners here ahead of us. Here again in a tuned car, this could be all, this is all wide throttle here. A little bit of a jump here in this car, but at least I'm hearing the tires a little bit. Means I'm pushing it, right? Another section here, downhill that leads to another uphill on the right hand side. It's coming up here. This is a fun section too. Going pretty fast. Last few corners before you get back onto the Mulsanne straight. Or am I confusing that with 24 Hours of Le Mans? Here, so you have a series, I think, of 3 right-hand corners that lead you out onto the back straight. So if you are racing, this is where you would want to maximize your speed. Right here, I think, one corner, and then you're onto the main straight. So during the public days, you obviously cannot go flat out on the straight. The restaurant, the exit is on the right-hand side here, about halfway through. So if you have bought multiple laps, you can stay left, you just pay your toll, and then you get back out there. Or if you're ready to take a break, you come off on the right-hand side. In the back, on the right-hand side at the top of the hill, you can see the old castle, the Nurburgring castle, or the Nurburgring. Oh, and it just ended. Looks like our our video ended a little bit earlier. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to get back out there next year and post another video. Something that's going to be hopefully a little bit faster than this.